Okay, typical irony. The one time I don't have to be up early tomorrow, I'm actually able to get on here early. So get this wrapped up. So let's just go ahead and whoops, wrong one. They need to separate these buttons a bit. A little bit of glitch in the game so far because it's just not showing stuff like it should. But let's go ahead and video they got here for the one of the modes. They've kind of taken over the game. I watched the trailer for this thing. Unfortunately, it's a Netflix thing, so I can't see it. But I'm gonna go around, poke around, sail the high seas, see what I can find there. But I'm gonna find that other trailer they have for it, but because the movie does look fun. I'm not gonna do that. And I might have just blown my monetization with that, but hey. Yes, trust me, I'm running Batman right now. So let's just go ahead. Actually, first, let's look at the shop. See if we can, let's look at that. And showing off, here we are, K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a goofy type, but it's kind of going things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that sort of thing. Some demon hunting, that are kind of their cover is their pop band, girl group. And here's the emote is strictly this character here, Zoe. She seems to be the goofball thing. Ruby is the leader, and I guess Mira's kind of the stoic muscle, I guess, what the impression I'm getting. And again, and their adversaries appear to be a bunch of demons disguised as a K-pop group. So I guess it makes for interesting commentary on the whole process. Now, see, the bundle is $3,500. I just saw the whole thing right here. You can buy them separately. Well, let's go ahead and let's take a look at everything you get with the bundle. Yeah, of course, you got the Lego versions, the emote we just saw, and the pickaxes, and everyone's got their own little back bling of a ramen cup. So let's go on and look at the rest of the shop here. So we got all these victory vibes here. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's get off of that. Okay. I could go for that. Rock chick. Yeah, Mike moves that would make James Brown agree with that. Yeah. Daft Punk still in there. Mr. Savage still hanging on here. Avatar is back. How lovely. Dances with Smurfs. Okay. The armored Batman is taken off here, as is Harley. So we got these things still hanging in here. Oh, Monks is back. I'm tempted to get that one just because, hey, a sock monkey skin. You need a couple of derpy skins that are just, for when the mood strikes. And then the Among Us bundle. And Human Bill is back. And I don't know. And of course, Cowboy Bebop's still sticking around. And let's see. see what all we got here that'd be worth grabbing. And no, you're nothing wrong with speakers. I have the licensed music turned off because I don't want to screw up my monetization any more than I already did by playing the trailer. Okay, not really seeing anything in here worth jumping on. Yeah, of course, the Batmobile leaving today, folks. So said, what's the first thing you do if you win $1 billion? Okay, well, I went through 4 steps. 1, buy a house. 2, get all my shit out of storage. 3, buy a car. And then 4, buy a Batmobile. Take care of the necessities first, and then have some fun. There's a new OG pass. I'm tempted. Can't do it right yet, but I am tempted. Because, frankly, they finally got a bunch that I would be interested in. No. We're not doing that yet. Not doing that. Calamity, latest mashup of Calamity, but then, let's look at what we got here. No, I don't want to get that. Just back. I want you to look at it. All right. Well, I wasn't finished yet. Judging by this picture, you can't take the mask off. Otherwise, they would do that. But yeah, Calamity of the jiggle physics fame. And when her boobs are bouncing. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you dance like that. We can't have boobs bouncing. This is a family game. Well, you should have thought of that. They did think that's why they did it. Anyway. But yeah, this one, I've not seen it. It looks interesting. It looks fun. I've heard good things about it. Anyway, we're taking on Faith. Batman's still there, so we're going to jump on in here. Let's see. Okay, well, whatever you can do, I'm fine with it. I'm going to put the chat for some next one because you show up. Listen, I'm doing what I can here. Channel is growing slowly, but it is steady too. I'm not sliding back much. And whenever YouTube does its little, occasional pruning, so I'm still holding around the high 1380s, or 1388 currently. Occasionally dipping at 1390, and then again, YouTube does its thing. But it's like it's not falling back as far as it has case. So it's like it's steady growth. At this rate, I might be able to do a regular check on this thing when I'm 80. But I'd like to accomplish that goal well before that, obviously. But, someone in 20 years, we're still doing this shit. If we are, yes, I will be still doing this shit because I'm that stupid. I'm a jock. I'm a broadcaster. It's just the only thing I'm really good at. You ever seen the movie Pirate Radio? Or in England, that's called The Ship That Rocked. Loosely based, it's inspired by the pirate radio stations of the 60s. Probably, more heavily influenced by Radio Caroline, which is still going on, by the way. But because of the BBC's ban on rock music on radio. You had these pirate radios that would get these old fishing trawlers, rig them up as radio stations, set them up just outside British territorial waters, and they at the mast, and they would broadcast, crank up the power, broadcast all over England and Europe, and it's like, like I said, Radio Caroline, legendary. But when I got over to England, at the time, the radio station was tuned to a station, Laser 558, American style, American DJs, American style rock and roll radio. It's like, hey, slice of home for nothing else. But they unfortunately one day around in 87, 88, they had engine problems and had to be towed and deported, at which point they were immediately off the air because now you're in British territory. Now we got your ass. And the Radio Caroline, which had been trying to get, trying to get in that frequency range for years, saw the chance, and suddenly it's like, nope, laser's gone. Now we're listening to Radio Caroline. Didn't have to touch a dial. Oh, geez. Should have expected that. Of course, by the 80s, it's like Radio 1. Blind just as much stuff. So it was more traditional by that point. But back to the movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a character, and they're called he goes by the Count here, and he's inspired by one of Caroline's jokes. I forget who, but there's a line where it's like they're looking at the possible showdown type of thing, and he says, "I intend on broadcasting from this boat until the day I die," and then a couple days afterward. So. Okay, maybe now we get it. But that's the thing. It's like, we are a special breed. Okay, disc jockeys. It's like, I have wanted to do, just wanted to be on the radio since, really, probably about 12 or so. And, I've always been fascinated with radio and the whole theater of the mind thing. When my mother made the mistake of, we used to get these Reader's Digest record sets, like big, 6 or 8, 12-inch records, and the collections of things. Why they didn't get the Beatles, collection? Because they put one out. Now it's like over $100. But one of these included just a disc and just a regular slip C, not even a full. When radio was king. And side 1 is all the news events that happened. Side 2 is all the comedy and drama and everything, all the entertainment stuff. And that just really like, yes, radio. And it's always been a fascinating field. And then, as much of a Trekkie as I am, and what got me punted on my chosen career path, WKRP in Cincinnati. That's what got my chick going, especially, And it became very poignant when, after years, went to 2 or 3, at this point, 3 radio schools. Trying to, learn stuff in there. And I'm not counting Colorado State. I wasn't there long enough. And 4-year colleges, the point, the way they run programs is like, you're lucky if you see a soundboard in your first 3 or 4 years. In the 4th year, you might actually be able to touch one. While I was out in California, though, at Norton in San Bernardino Valley College, fantastic. The telecommunications at the time, I don't know what they're calling it now, but they had where they first day let you loose. Here, go in, play, make noises. It's old equipment. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And we got to play with the knobs and make some things, kick things on. And I'd been done little audio productions since I was 5, literally, with the home tape, reel to reel and a cassette tape recorder, doing voices. I remember doing a whole thing with Kermit the Frog and Grover, and I knew to move away from the mic to make it sound like it's far anyway. And and just doing other stuff. And like the comic timing, the Sesame Street was a very, the Muppet things were a very good training ground for comedy. Get the timing down. What's funny, what's not. There we go. Now let's see if I can actually land this time. But it's kind of, one of those. Oh, geez. Before I... But after, a few years doing stuff on that one, and then Academy Radio Broadcasting in Huntington Beach, California. Great school. And I should have waited when, jumping on the first job I was offered, because that one was a dog. It was, KRTN, Raton, New Mexico. And fortunately, it was an area where the only signal because Raton is in a valley where there really are no other signals that can come in or out. So they have not had to pay any attention to FCC regulations for God knows how long. And this old guy, he ran this thing his way, and he knows it. And frankly, it did kind of make me feel a little better when it fell apart. And he decided, I'm not doing any more of this because everybody came from a school. It's the same problem. We were taught how to do it the way, the book. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead to rights there. Let's get back to Bobby. Because, for instance, both at San Bernardino and in Academy Radio Broadcasting, they trained you in what was that? It's like late 80s, 91 when I did Academy Radio Broadcasting, and they deliberately put you in the most primitive conditions they thought possible, really realistic. And this was, digital editing and stuff was just coming in, so we're still talking reel to reel, grease pen, and a razor blade, and an editing block and sticky tape. That's how you edit it. It was literally cutting pieces of tape together. And I'm damn good at that. At least I was. I got demo reels with you can never know the edit unless you watch the thing go by. And I got to this place, and it's not sure what's going on. Not sure. Couldn't do anything about it anyway. All right. But I got to this place, and there's a reel to reel, but editing? What's editing? No, they commercials, What? Okay, hold that thought. We're at the primitive nature of KRTN. And I don't feel bad because last I checked, KRTN's not even on the air anymore. They got taken out. I think the old man finally retired. They shut it down. Back in a bit. Okay, that crisis has been averted now. KRTN. The way they do a commercial is just sort of get within the neighborhood of 30 to 60 seconds here. It's 35. You know, editing? No. I was like, I looked at the production thing. Where's the editing block? Because I was like, there, no. So I was like, good luck. There was no, it didn't go outside of our town. So who cares what the FCC says? We're under ourselves. But the point when there were fun, it was no matter what kind of music we were playing, it was specified at a certain time in the morning. You'd play a polka, and then later in the hour, you'd play a march. Doesn't matter if you're coming out of a Debbie Gibson song or Guns N' Roses, and you're playing John Philip Sousa. Like, okay. I don't know when these rules are set down. They make no sense whatsoever. I don't think any era they would have made sense. The last straw when I realized if I stick around here, I will be committing professional suicide is, and I've been told this earlier, but when I actually do it, whenever there was a fire in town, the announcement was sponsored by the local fire insurance company. And they would have to play a little thing, for your fire insurance needs. So, yeah, the fire is that, and you fill in the. This was just that is just wrong. There's something fundamentally wrong. And when I got up here to the latest school I went to, it was a while before I actually went to it, but I went to check them out. It was something called the Ohio Center for Broadcasting. Now they're called Colorado Media School, but back then it was. And I told the guys there about that's not right. Okay. But this last one, the Ohio Center, that's where I learned the digital stuff. That because I need to update my skill set, and also make sure I can still do this shit, and I can because I got the digital thing, got that figured out there, and proved that I can still do on air before. But and interned at KBCO for a few months. That was fun. Got a lot of free stuff out of that. A lot of CDs, a couple T-shirts, and one of the things. This one actually is a replacement because it was for the Kinetic Sculpture Challenge that they do every year up at Boulder Reservoir, where you just build some contraption with a theme, and you has to be able to go over land and then across the reservoir. Now it's just called Kinetic. The one I got it's identical to this one. I got damn lucky at a thrift store nearby that they had one just like it, because something with just the temperature, whatever I put in it, and it shattered. This one is cracked because of a similar thing. Okay, that's it. We're not drinking by this one anymore. I want to keep this one. Now it's just a pen holder. But that was, working, some of the promotion stuff. I cut out banners and stuff. Worked an event or two. But then, unfortunately, we are in one of the more competitive markets. We're kind of you have to have at least 2 or 3 years experience just to get in the door, just to get an interview. I barely had that. Okay. Most got come in, they have a little more experience. I got some good interviews out of it, but nothing. But here's where I kind of kicked myself. I should have been, because I ended up volunteering at KGNU up in Boulder, community radio station. Should have done that the second I got back into town. Instead, it took me about, I got back in here in September 91. And wasn't until September 2010. It shouldn't have taken 20 years before I finally got my ass and got up there and volunteered. It's because if I had done that when I got back here, for just keep the one, I could have gotten in there when the music director had half a brain. By the time I got in there, the different music director than what I told, it's they have their own little thing going on. It's good luck trying to get a music show unless you're close buddies with this guy. But but got in there fine and volunteering. Partially it was because we had going on benefits, but at that point we were still on our young enough that's we can't just claim old age. So we had to put in volunteer hours, community service type of thing, and it qualified. So doing this already. I was already doing that, so now. So it was just add a little more paperwork to it, and working the phones, and eventually got over to working air shifts. Mostly new stuff. I'd sneak a song in here and there when there was a gap, but then I got in trouble for it. But I would, after a while, finally, the music director, the idiot, finally left, and things started going sideways on that whole thing anyway. They were trying to pull, and finally, after about 10 years, 5 years or so, managed to cajole my way into a music show. It was in August 2014. It was midnight to 3 a.m. And it's I had not cracked a live mic on a music show since I had left KVCR 1991. So there was a little bit. In fact, I opened the show with the clip from WKRP in Cincinnati when Andy changes the format to rock and roll. And Johnny is like, you need to, someone about 15 years younger. Not, you're my man. It's like, oh, I'll leave and say booger. And just, I can't. Oh, right, Cincinnati. This time to get down. And just did the whole, oh, by the way, booger. And I just let it rip from there, and actually got a couple of calls into the station. Hey, this is the best music this station's played in years. And I was playing mostly, classic rock. I did 1 hour of folk songs, which, in case you know, are like, it was supposed to be, science fiction folk song, but there was a typo in the program where it first showed up. So folk stuck, and it wasn't really folk music anyway. But considering the typo possibilities, it could have been much worse. But I did now opened up with Band from Argo, and a few other ones I can get a hold of. Weird Al made a couple of appearances, and I did some '60s Brit pop, thing. Cilla Black got more airplay on American radio that night than she had in probably 50 years. And some album, but I tried to go slightly more obscure. I didn't want to go for the obvious stuff. Oh, look. Yes, they have removed all the bug stuff. They're putting the bird back on top of the station. Mm-hmm. But that was enough to say, yep. Yes, you can do this. I mean, it's not we're talking brain surgery here, but I mean, let's be realistic. It is, going into a room, playing music, and talking to yourself. But, okay. I got an idea what that does. Let's see, we got a car out here. No. Yeah, they're undoing all the bug stuff. You motherfucker. Yeah. All right. Good thing I know we got more of them right here. I gotta find a big one here. Or all right, that helps. But also something that's in the intervening years. Huh. Chopper. Well, I'll tell you what. First, fortunately, the choppers still remain. Wait. Huh. Okay, the plan. I wonder what it was. What's that? And I don't. No. That's all. Yeah. No. Too slow. Apparently the ramen also boosts your pain, your heart points and stuff. Anyway, okay. Is this the same plane crash? Come on, come on. I think it's a different plane crash. Easy's not the same plane. And actually, this was this was the food court. With the food. Okay. Okay, that's different. I also noticed the pods are gone too. Yep, okay. Time to get to my own Batcopter. Take a quick peek at the map, is it? No, everything is still. you stop shooting at me so I can land? You little fuckers. Twerp. Bitch! Ah. Frankly, that shouldn't have happened. Should have been shooting past me with that. Yeah, well. Yeah. All right, let's get back in here. Let's take another look at the whole setup here. But the battle patch would still be doing stuff here. Because the Dragonzord, the Megazord stuff, that's done. All the bug stuff is done. Just some remnants, like, the base, I can see the Crane putting the turd bird back on, the top of the station. But okay, I was about to say, because of the current radio search, at between noon and between midnight and 3 a.m., every other station in there is either gone to some kind of syndicated program, or it's just automated. There's no live jocks on the air at all, at any station really, except for KGNU, community radio station in Boulder. So basically, for those 3 hours, I was the voice of Denver Boulder radio. So that's something they can't take away from me. The only regret I got is the fact that the system that recorded the on-air stuff screwed up during the first hour. But the fact that it wasn't quite timed exactly on top rate means I got the opening like 3 or 4 minutes of my first hour, and then most of the second 2 hours. So but I got my air check for my moment of glory. All right, let's see what we got here. So the Megazord stuff, that's just kind of it's all done. Nope. Let's make sure that passes here. And not quite there, but it's still going, so.
My mic wasn't on.
Ah, there we go. That helps.
Yeah, that does help.
Yeah.
Oh, just Yankees beat the Red Sox.
Okay.
4-0 at the stadium. Red Sox go home, and I don't have to hear from my friend Kevin about how the Yankees suck this year now.
Yeah. Now it's like, the curse is back in place, asshole. Okay. Enjoy your win. You'll never get another.
I've been saying for a long time, the worst thing that could have happened was the Red Sox won the World Series. Yeah. Because now they're just a big market team.
Imagine if the Rockies had beat them when they faced them in the playoffs.
Oh, God.
God, there would have been suicides.
They had Bucky down throughout the first ceremonial first pitch.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like it would have been. It's like there's a writer's. No, this had to happen. It had to. The Red Sox had to win, and it had to be a sweep. If the Rockies had won one game during that series, it would have. It would have been riots back in Boston.
I remember somebody asked me, "Are you going to be rooting for the Red Sox now?" I'm like, "No, why?" Like if there was a way, I would be hoping their team bust a crash. Just wait for both teams to taking it. I always used to say, "Hey, did the U.S. root for the Soviets in Afghanistan?" No. It's a bit harsh, but...
Yeah. We probably should have. Afghanistan was actually in much better shape under the Soviets.
Yeah.
That's one case of where, no, Jimmy, leave it alone. They're actually turning that place into kind of civilized. Let's look at it in 20 years. For now, no, leave it alone. So something else we can blame on Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
But, I was going somewhere with it, though.
I actually watched the opening ceremony from the Olympics on YouTube from the year that we boycotted.
Oh, the 80s, yeah.
That was bizarre.
Yeah. Oh, I know it was going to be. Because I remember, one of the local, Dave Logan, actually went to my high school, but he went to CU. Most of his playing days was with Browns, but he eventually got that, to play for the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a fine, hometown team, and got cut by Dan Reeves. So I was a little pissed about that. But he used to talk about, Colorado teams, they cheer for each other. Well, Susie Wargen knew it. I think people probably at the same time I was at CSU. No, CSU did not cheer for CU when they were going up against. We supported. No, we hated you. You lost in Nebraska? Good. This thing is for years. CU would beat the snot out of CSU, so we had no love for CU. I mean, there's a lot of years, Colorado State was lucky to even get a win anywhere. So we're sure as hell not going to think about CU. Oh, it's all Colorado. No, that doesn't work that way. If it was a little more even-handed, where we won one once in a while, then maybe. But getting kicked in the teeth, year after year, doesn't breed any kind of solidarity. Okay, they have cleaned the place up. There are no bug stuff left anywhere. A few bases here and there, a little bit of records. They're putting the big bird, turd bird back on the top of the gas station over there. One spot.
They have actually for the Hitman World of Assassination, they have a new DLC, the Bruce Lee pack.
Oh boy.
He's one of the elusive targets. I'm like, how am I expected to take down Bruce Lee? Please.
You get up here, come on. Darn it.
Took an allergic reaction to aspirin to take it down.
Yeah. I need to find a gun. This is not good. Not good, Mav. No, I just went through kind of walking on memory lane to my glory years. Where are you? Rob.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Steph.
All right. Oh, that's good. Oh, honey. Well, just so anybody, rewind it to at the beginning. Yeah. Basically covered everything.
Timeouts, you got to line up and spike it. Rams and 49ers is coming right down to the wire.
Hmm. Now they've sprung upon us a collab with. Are you familiar with something called K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh yeah.
It's a Netflix thing. It's a CGI anime thing.
I've seen something a reference
Yeah,
to it.
about a girl group. Some demon hunters that are kind of disguised as a K-pop girl group. The trailer looks good, and I've heard it is funny. There's in the trailer how it's like their nemesis in this is a K-pop boy band who are all demons. It kind of makes for an interesting commentary on the whole K-pop thing, anyway.
That's one thing I love about anime is that there's so many different kinds.
And they've got a bundle of the 3 main characters and a couple things and an emote.
Somebody recommended an anime called K-On! Because it's about a band.
Never heard of it. Oh, much better. Here we go.
It's up. It is incomplete.
Oh.
You ever hear of a you might have heard this. You ever hear of a guitar brand D'Angelico?
No.
Actually, my brother, my older brother,
seen one, but I don't know.
They used to be around like the 30s, 40s, and the 50s.
Okay.
And they were this big, huge, like hollow-body jazz boxes. They introduced them about 10, 12 years ago. Some of them are... it looks like the Rams have tied it. Looks like they're going to OT. So anyway, they reintroduced them. I don't know who bought the brand, but they reintroduced them a number of years ago. Fairly recently.
Yeah.
And they do still make huge jazz boxes, but they also make like smaller solid bodies and stuff, semi-hollow. Some of them are pretty affordably priced, like $350 on the used market.
Yeah. There's one of them getting too much of a guitar geek myself, and it's like those videos I posted, those famous, riffs of 60s, and I'm going through it though. It's like and he's playing a Fender Jaguar. It's like, no, Richie played a Strat on that. What the? No, that's not right. It's like, okay, you're in a little doing baseball here. I mean, just the fact that I was able to, is that a Jaguar or a Jazzmaster? Not the Jaguar. Because most people pick out a Tele Strat. Beyond that, they're lost. Okay. What? At the moment, no. I'm too busy running for my life right now. Yes, when I get a moment. Right now, I got to find a car. Whoa, shit.
I'm turning into one of those guys who goes on Reddit. Somebody's saying, "Oh, should I really get a SG and sell my lights?"
Yes. I mentioned that. Okay.
I need to work my pop biker too.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not it. Oh,
Oh, the roly-polies are still around. Okay, so not all the bug stuff is gone. Okay. Here we go. The game is just glitchy enough that I really don't feel like engaging with anybody on a direct lane. Like, let them all kill themselves. It's kind of looking at it like, okay, if I get to there's fewer players in the game, then the system is making fewer calculations and there are less chances to screw up and lock up on me. Like I know it looks like a slideshow on the playback, but on my end, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
So another reason to support this channel is so that this thing can finally get a decent system, where it's not doing that all the damn time. Okay, why are you on there twice? Okay, I gotta go. All right. What? Hold on. Get him back in here. Okay, there we go. And you're back.
Browser problem.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
Having some browser issues.
To the Batmobile.
I managed to log into Grand Theft Auto today, and they have the podium vehicle casino, the Aston Martin DB5.
Oh.
The weaponized one. Well, they call it something else, though.
Yeah.
The JB700.
Yeah.
So I spun the wheel, and I won it on the first try. Like, oh, that's convenient.
Okay, we gotta. Hey! God damn it! Mother puss bucket son of a bitch. Down. What? Hamas attacked Israel. Bitch. God. Juan, why should I have to remind you of that? It's a pretty simple detail. Hamas attacked a music festival, and then the usual suspects are saying "Free Palestine." You realize the guy that would throw you off a box, right? Off a building. It's like chickens for KFC. Mm-hmm.
I can go for KFC, actually.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Let me take care of the rent first, and we'll settle the rest later. Okay. Okay.
My dad got over actually. That was one thing he always wanted me. Yeah, go get him some chicken. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
all right,
Mm-hmm.
should really be eating this?
Mm-hmm.
My mom was like, oh, he's 85. I'm like,
Like what?
like, what difference does it make now?
Is there a reason you're sticking around at this point?
Have more KFC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't eat it a lot of times. It just gave me a stomach ache.
Yeah. No, we got a Popeyes in one direction and a KFC in the other.
Oh, Popeyes.
Yes, yes, we have a pop. Yes, yes. Yeah.
I got enough points. I used the app. I got some points for some free Popeyes.
Yeah, let's look at that. If we can possibly get a look at her. Oh, or do you have to earn the edit style? There should be a version of where you can take the mask off. Because this chick is the only real reason I want to get the OG pass. Kind of a remix of an older skin that I wasn't playing yet, so I had no chance to get her. But we'll call Calamity. Kind of infamous because she's the one where the one emote where it's like and their boobs are jiggle. And the usual suspects started crying. Oh my God, she's jiggling! You think, well,
oh my God,
this is a children's game.
Women have jiggly bits. We gotta protect them.
And so they canceled out the jiggle, the jiggle physics. But yeah. We got this one, they're kind of a demon hunter, and there's a werewolf character, and these are all remixes of previous skins from back in the day. So this one I think I'll get at 120. Not just yet though. So now we've got there's like another 100 V-Bucks to be had. Where are we in quests here? Slurp barrels. Okay, I got 3 of those. Damage opponents with pistol or sniper rifles. Okay. Needs to do that with the pistols. Well, were you wanting something?
What?
Were you wanting something?
Yeah, I'd like another piece.
Okay, hold on. I'll be back in a second. Oh. Ow. Back in a bit.
What? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
Wait.
Alrighty then. All right.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know if you got it when I was watching it, but apparently Charlie had written a letter to me and that Yahoo.
Yeah. So much for Candace Owens, in other words. In other words, so much for Candace Owens. Yeah. Let's just cut to the chase. Candace Owens has gone crazy, okay? Yeah, I know. Whatever happened to those two. I don't know. You used to be good. All right. We're not going to go down that road. This is a Fortnite stream, not a Rush Limbaugh stream. We'll save the psychoanalysis of Candace Owens for another time. Okay. Oh, there's something I dug up here. I don't know what the hell this guy is, but. Yeah.
Pardon me.
It's connected to some Netflix thing or some kind of kids thing. Actually, no, let's go. Let's give this a play because these are the. You know, and some of the translation was perfect. It's just the way they look in the movie. I wonder if maybe they did the movie with Unreal Engine, which is just a straight swap.
It might have.
Yeah, but everyone's just Unreal. You could.
Well, San Francisco.
You can when you can crank it up. You can crank it up to the point where it's like photorealistic, and especially landscapes. And then Anita Taco is going to try and throw out the demonetization thing. The cat's name is Derpy, by the way. And I'm wondering about the radioactive TV there, but that's like the weapons. Yep, this is just with the weapons and everything. So let's get it back in there. But no, I basically, just told the story of my resume. So any program directors out there catching this by some small chance, if you need an old-time boss jock, hey, someone who still knows how to cue up a 12-inch and or a 45. Insider secret, you're exactly the same way. Get the needle right where it starts down and then back up 1/4 turn.
I'm sure there's stations out there that still do go to vinyl.
Oh, that was one thing I loved about going to the KG&U or something. In the musical, I break vinyl every. Oh yes, and 2 turntables in the booth. It's like I have found my place. Yeah.
They never let me. No, not that they never let me do a show at Southern Connecticut. I wanted to do a modern rock show.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a modern rock show. No, we have a top 40 format. Said, yeah, but I want to do a modern rock show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's I tried to convince them. That's the whole idea of college radio. You do whatever show you like doing. And you get to play stuff that nobody else plays. Nope. Yeah. We're top 40.
I'll tell you one problem with modern thing where everything's on either digital or CDs. There's no discovering something on the B side.
No.
And so many rock classic songs that were actually B sides. They just put the record on wrong or play it back and it's or occasionally like this single sucks, but we're forced to play it. But I played the wrong side, which is actually much better. Wow, silly of me.
we were lucky enough to get the artist in the studio. Tell me about this record. What's that song? And now we're going to play the B-side to his upcoming single. Tell us a little bit about this one. What was the recording like?
While I was out, going to school in California. Oh, a pistol. Good. I knew that. Hearing little stories about some idiot jocks on the air. It's, one station where Aldo Nova walks in.
That's a name I've heard in a while.
And the idiot jock, though, said, okay, so what have you done? No. Wrong question. Even if you had never heard of him. He's here for some reason, and the rest of the staff is acting like, oh, wow. Don't act like nobody's ever heard of him. Okay.
Hey, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
It's like, so what you up to now? What are you doing? What are you doing that lately? You do a quick search here. You ask off mic. Yeah? You don't do it on the air. Make yourself look like an idiot. You're supposed to be the authority. You're the jock.
Yeah. It's always surprising how little DJs know about certain things.
It was the kind of thing of, why has she got a job and we don't? That sort of thing. It's like, that was how is she working, and we're still trying to, just going through this. There we go. Okay. And what do I want? Okay. All right. Now let's rearrange things a bit. Put that up there. Okay.
Stand-up is even worse because you find out that really unfunny comedian who opened for somebody. Well, that's actually the promoter's girlfriend or somebody.
Yeah.
You go to open mic, and no matter what, when you get there, you're 15th on the list because the guy running it signed up all his buddies.
Yeah. You find out, the reason why he opened for so was because he's so unfunny that it made the main act look so much better. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you blow away the main headliner.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
There was a guy, I kind of knew him, did a couple features with him.
Wait a minute,
This guy named John Hinton. Dave Hinton or John Hinton? I can't remember exactly. I think it was John Hinton.
Yeah.
He was really funny dude.
Yeah.
And to open a club, there's a club with Joker's Wild. Pretty common. I think it was a lot fun for the mom, actually.
Yeah, probably. A lot of them are.
But anyway,
why so many have insides with them up? If you don't play the club. As simple as that. Okay. Yeah. You want the gig, you're gonna be cozy with the mob.
Well, anyway, there was a guy who did the booking. By a guy named Billy Wynn, local comic. He used to do a lot of releases. There used to be a big deal on a local radio station. Hey, Chaz and AJ morning with Billy Wynn. Yeah, the resident comedian in the studio. So he booked Joe Piscopo.
Oh,
in this club. With John Hinton opening. After John Hinton, about halfway through John Hinton's set, Joe Piscopo comes over and says, "Why did you book this guy? I can't follow him."
There. Excuse me. Now there. Would anyone to be a little courteous in this game? That was nice. Okay.
I was. They had a very dated picture of Billy Wynn's headshot
Yeah.
above the door.
Mm-hmm.
And he was running a room, and I was tempted to make the joke. The great Billy Wynn is here. Everybody knows him from WPLR and morning radio. Billy, you come in, you see Billy's headshot over the door, and you think to yourself, wow. Just like his act, that headshot comes right out of the 1980s. Billy, I don't think you're going to call back Miami Vice. That ship has sailed, man.
No, idiot.
But that headshot not only proves that Billy Wynn is the president of the Hair Club for Men, but he is also a client. And somebody actually had to dissuade me from that. He says, don't make fun of Billy. Don't make fun of Billy. He's really touchy about that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never play here again. Make fun of him. I never played there again anyway.
Yeah, screw it. It's just the works. I was like, it's a good headshot. Well, yeah, it was a good headshot 30, 40 years ago. There, I got that guy. Now we have the crew come in, do a deep clean on the kitchen, hopefully to make it a little less attractive to the bugs.
Don't find out it works actually boric acid. You can get boric acid at just about any hardware supplier. You get it. See now, I'm thinking Longmont. There's Ace Hardware.
Oh yeah,
on Maine.
There's Ace Hardware's everywhere.
Yeah, you can get Ace Hardware. It's easy enough to find. Yeah. Or you go to Home Depot or Lowe's. You go to Pest Control.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's under the name Roach Proof or whatever, but it works for ants and works for whatever.
All right.
It's good. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
We used to use it all the time. And when I used to work in a hardware store, I used to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Boric acid.
Okay.
Do you have pets?
No pets. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they can. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of boric acid to harm a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
And they could always cough it up too. So,
yeah.
I mean, sprinkle some on the baseboard, between the stove and the countertop.
Mm-hmm.
Fridge.
All right.
It's really good stuff. I recommend it for years.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I never use force fields anyway, so all right. Well, we lost Jonesy in that car crash a long time ago. But, Oh. Hello. And I have to... There. I had to break 3 barrels anyway. And going along with the K-pop demon is taking over. Normally, the sky does not look like that. The wavy lines. That's from the show, apparently. Okay. Whoop. Bye. Oh, you swine. You're shooting up my car. That's not a good move. Darn. Oh, we still got in my pods. Oh wait, I'm supposed to do pistol. Yeah. Now where's that pod? So we don't have the grade pods, but we've got these guys still, so that's good. Oh no, this is mine.
Oh god. So I watched Marvel Zombies. Have you
Oh,
heard
God.
that?
I avoided the comics. It's like, no.
It is
Damn it.
Kate Bishop, Riri Williams, Kamala Khan, just being like, hey bestie, oh hey bestie,
Oh God.
let's go to Ohio to go and try to cure the zombie apocalypse. Oh my god. OMG, Kate Bishop just got vaporized.
What the hell with zombies in the first place? Back in the comics. It's like, that's the thing. They go, oh, it's from the comics. Yeah, those comics sucked. Just because it's from the comics is not a good move. Okay, well, what do you do? What do you do next? We do Superman Red and Blue? It's in the comics.
It's in the comics. I don't get
It's
it.
like when the Love and Thunder thing brought us raising the storyline. Yeah, and that storyline tanked. Okay. Don't just base on the fact that it's there. Look at the sales figures. Okay. And the audience reaction. People were shitting on that thing the second they announced it, for God's sake. Like if they're, like I said, I think they're talking about one point talking about bringing in the Clone Saga for Spidey. It's like, no, no, shouldn't have happened in the first place because frankly, they had already been settled back in the, I think it's 70s or 80s. The Clone Saga was still fairly new.
This is like one of the things I just don't get.
Mm-hmm.
It's that they really are committed to this all new, all different, all canceled Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how many failures they keep just going back to that well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It won't let me grab it. Oh, gee, that's why.
Nobody likes these characters.
Yeah. Okay, what else do I have to look forward to here? Ooh, a loading screen. That's good. Listen, the fact that they're showing her without the mask tells me they've got the Ed style without the mask. So, the llama, I'm not that hot about. I mean, cute emote, but no, the llamas have glow sticks in their mouths.
Oh, that guy's kind of cool.
Yeah. This is from a werewolf character they had back in the day, but it's like nobody played the human version or the intermediate. No, they went straight for the wolf version. So we get the nunchucks. And
I used to be able to get that stuff, nunchucks and that size down in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I picked up a pair of practice chucks at a 7-Eleven.
Really?
I think they're hanging right back over there.
Oh, God.
Remember that Enterprise sketch?
Mm-hmm.
Now this one, I could probably use this with one of the armored Batman skins. 10-day Sloyd. Yeah. Okay. So actually, let's take a look at this. So we got to one more, I think. Oh. No, wrong one. Back up. That one. Yeah, one more to get something. And where are we? A ways. Okay. Yeah, no shit. I already got it. Okay. Shoes are safe. Okay, I gotta find one of those suckers. I don't really worry about these. If it happens, it happens. Another 11 days for that one. I'm not going to worry about that. And bug swatter. So log up 500 meters just within this area. Okay. Let's start to throw this out. Let's see what happens. Now I should go through my air check left from that one night. I finally got a radio show on KGNU. 3 hours, didn't know what I wanted. I had a plot. Like when we were moving here, I still had records that I had picked out and bagged for the show. Hey, Kieran.
I just missed the record show actually here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Even
if I don't buy anything, I just like going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see people that you only see there.
Yeah. Well, they must about not having a card and not hit up the Arc thrift store up here because they can go through the records. Especially now that we're halfway set up in here. Now I can, start going back to pick, seeing if they got some albums. I had a chance to get Rick D's album with the Disco Duck on it, but couldn't quite pull it off at the time. Like Professor Rock considers the worst song of all time. It was a commentary. It's supposed to be lousy.
Disco Duck. Disco Duck.
So one thing I kind of respect about Rick Dees, it's like big and biggest guy. He still run his own soundboard. Okay, didn't hand it out to some flunky. He still ran his own board. I consider that a big thing. I remember one time when I was at KVCR doing the student slot, and I'd been reading a bunch of stuff, but I got a little wild hair in my butt and started channeling some Howard Stern here during the thing.
That'll go well.
Stay tuned. We'll be doing the lesbian dial date later, but I think that when I came across a story, some stripper who was suing the town she was up in Alaska, but because they were trying, banning new shows. She was based on First Amendment grounds. Claiming, freedom of expression, show something.
Yeah.
And so I did a thing with them. So we had two girls among the student jocks. And Tremis in solidarity with we doing something here. We got Jasmine and Amanda back here, or Cheshire and Amanda, and they're gonna and then started playing the stripper. Da 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 da. Started hooping and hollering. No one else is in the booth. It's just me. Finish the show at the little page. I hope you're happy because you're off the air for a week. Okay, hope you had fun. Talking about my little misadventure. My first little first experience to fuck around and find out when it came to If you can't hear, then don't ask. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. What would I do for this? Oh Jesus. Gotcha. Now, where was I?
Batman's eating ramen.
Yep. And I'm shooting a banana. All right, let's try this. I'm kind of got my hands full here. You wait a minute.
It is getting close to midnight. I'm going to pack it in for the night.
All right.
Always good talking to you guys.
We got a little monument to the war. Okay.
Steph, I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. Say goodnight, Steph.
Good night.
Missed the obvious cue, but okay. She doesn't remember laughing. Okay.
So now what are you gonna do?
I'm going to continue my game.
What?
Continuing my game.
I'm still not hearing you.
I'm continuing my game. Okay. Okay, what was this before, Anna? Okay. First one, give me that. Second one, give me that. No, that. And then okay. Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I guess that was it. All right. Well, what happens usually after big major conflicts? The battlefields become tourist traps. Okay, hold on. Rather do that, frankly. Seems a little more useful. Get under cover so I'm not sniped.
Hey, honey,
What?
next time I'm on
Okay.
Would you like for me to, take a look for one of their renewed laptops?
Fine.
What?
That's okay. All right, whatever. Yeah. What the heck is that? Oh, did I already do that? Or... Oh, here we go. Okay. Which way have I got to go here? That way. Doesn't matter how I travel, as long as I keep going. There we go. Of course. Where are you? There we go. Okay. Harmony Hill. Okay, this is a new name at least. Yes, we kept the roly-polies because we like the roly-polies. Roly-polies are nice. All right. Can't tell if I'm hearing music or air conditioning. I do need to spend some bucks somewhere. The academy's still here. And someone's already claimed it. Let's see. before we go downstairs. Okay. Mother, puss fucking. God damn. Probably not a three-way fight there. I don't think of that. Well, you started a four-way fight there. Can you live long enough to get to the... All right. Up. Yep. That didn't work too well, did you, boy? All right. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Okay. We're going to bailing out somewhere. Okay. All right, let's... Okay, the ramen will get you 50 points. And the speed. Not that it helps you much if you jump in between two people. that. Oh, okay. Let's see. No, I can't get over there yet. 10 people watching. And normally I look over thinking, oh, and I got 5 or something. The audience is in the double digits. Crap. One thing I learned watching Ninja, the pistol is the best kept secret in Fortnite. You can do some devastating damage with the pistol. Hyper burst pistol. Okay, actually, let's set that over here. Okay, so now I know who's there. And apparently you can buy him, you can hire him as NPCs. So, educated there. Let's take a look here. And all 10 are on X. Oh, well. I'll take it on so I can get them. So if y'all pop over to the YouTube side, though, links in the description for how to support this channel and help, make this thing a going concern. So I can actually get a better computer. And maybe also pay for the StreamYard's monthly fee so I can keep all the bells and whistles. Okay, we're not quite there yet. All right. Okay, let's take a look here. So we're going to have to... So, okay, yeah, we met her. Sort of. Yeah. And then there's 3 others. Usually, okay, yeah, that's there. That's somewhere. It's obscured by something else. Okay, there's 2 there. So let's just Set a destination there. So I knew me up close and personal. Apparently it counted. So some of these artists, I think you got to learn a little bit about perspective and angles. Because yeah, the model work is pretty good, but there's something, little things are wonky. This drawing. Okay. All right, we can do that. Although, let's hit this one first, though. I haven't hit there for anyway. Huh? I expect the train will be back on running fairly soon. Okay, Phantom Meowscles. Okay, that's a new one. Yeah. Want to take care of this guy while I get armed up? Need to spend some stuff anyway. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's a cat boy, a little creepy. Yeah. Okay. Okay, is there anything around here? Nope, somebody got it. Haven't had one of these in there for a while. Actually, hold on. Let's do a little rearrange in there. I need to bust some barrels because all right, to make sure the Batmobile is all fueled up. Okay. Well, okay. Okay, let's get one of those. Upgraded that. Itch.
Oh boy.
Okay. Got a lot done there. Let's see. Let's get back. Let's plot the next destination. So we got that weird redo of Mousels. Huh. 2 hours? I feel like going for a while. That's it. Okay, so let's take a look here. Close to leveling up here. So we got that out of the way. So we got 2 characters over here. So the other way, we're going over here. Anybody in here for a team up? Might have played EV, but I don't know. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Probably helps that I started as early as I did. All right. All right, where are we going? Okay, this works. Let's see, where they're down at Little Spy, as they call it, still call it, Outlaw Oasis. And of course, somebody else is coming in there too. Well, let's start up here. First. What? Right now I'm kind of occupied.
Yeah, I found out why Nixon runs out of questions. One of the reasons was that he had a diversity cross tattooed on his chest.
Yeah, he still does.
Yeah, they thought that made him violent.
He's a combat officer. I would hope he would.
What?
He's a combat officer. I'd hope he would be. He's a combat officer. I'd hope he'd be violent. You want that. Bitch, come on. Hey! God damn it. All right, let's. Don't think that counted. Let's take a look. Whoops. I don't, yeah, didn't think so. Back in there again. See if we can do it without getting killed. I'm guessing those are, the other two members of the team. Hunter X. Not Hunter X, Hunter X. All right. I got quite a heap of Batman parts, Batmobile parts to put in there. I think I might start doing that over the weekend. As they're finishing up the trunk and moving on to the interior. Well, I got all the parts of the mobile prime computer for the trunk, and then again, we got the the floorboards, center console, and the firewall. So we're starting to build up the interior, starting to make making some headway there. We're at about halfway point, apparently, what I would go. There's like a total 130 parts packs, and the last one I got is like 68. Okay, it's gonna be a long ride on the bus, I think. Something could get me in the eye. Might be a hair on this side, but I don't know. One thing about being shrunk down this small is nobody could tell. At one point, I was openly weeping on this one eye. Because something jabbed me in the eye. It was just but it wasn't because whatever Rob was saying was so heartbreaking. No, it just kind of flood my eye to get whatever's out. And it seemed to work. Now, again, hopefully the formula of picking a location well off the path of the bus will decrease the chance of running into somebody and getting shot. Okay. 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 Takes care of her. Next. All right. Get back here. Yes. Cover my butt while I arm up. Okay. Upstairs. That's not covering my butt. Bitch. Okay, let's get back. That should cut, get all the characters knocked out. Like taking care of that, bit OCD on that. Used to call that being anal, but we're changing terminology. Realizing being that has nothing to do with the ass. Why do we call it being anal? Well, terms change. Life moves on. Well, yeah, I mean, anal retentive did sound a bit gross. Well, if you think about it, we're talking someone who is so uptight and tense. You can't, like the line from Ferris Bueller, stick a lump of coal up their ass and then a week out of a diamond. Okay, so we got. Now we can claim it. And nothing on the OG one. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to earn back to 2 levels to get something else. Back in here. Wait, let's go check. Vectors. Okay, so we got Zoe. There and Remy. Suppose you applied as a real life analog. Zoe here would be the left eye. This was TLC. Although slightly less violent, I think. Less homicidal. Less likely to burn your house down, I think. Slightly. I don't know. I'm guessing. Everyone else is pretty much the same here. Kendo's kind of gone for the just out of college, jock chic. Was like, yeah, but still hangs around on campus. But yeah, we got all the dailies done. Got the. Let's see what else. Reboot teammates. Okay. Okay. So I've done a couple of those. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to do them. Tilt the bat signal or something. Guess I haven't made top 5 yet this round. I don't have to figure out how to work that mask. Okay. But this stuff I think can wait until tomorrow because we're doing it for 2 hours. And again, I don't like doing them longer than that because it kind of cuts into rerun, you know. Because this channel does kind of rely on reruns. You know, people coming in afterwards and watching later. So, and it does happen. I look at the analytics. So, with that in mind, I'm going to pull it for tonight. And shut down the launcher here. There we go. So we'll come back at it tomorrow. Again, I don't do build videos on the thing because I don't have a camera set up for it really. All you can see is the top of my head and maybe something, and that gets boring. I have to hold it up. See, and this thing is heavy. Okay. The more this thing gets built up, you get the die cast part. This thing is freaking heavy already. I can't imagine when the body, when they start getting the body parts on there, it's gonna. Oh my god! But I wanted something nice for it, just one really nice piece instead of the usual, secondhand trash I'm trying to pick up. Okay, so with that, we will.